Bitcoin is the most well-known cryptocurrency, and it's often known as the pioneer in the digital decentralized currency space. But the light has recently started to shift onto a new altcoin by the name of Kaspa that only has been around for 2 years. So in this video I will be comparing the two so that you can decide on what you should buy to make some financial gains. Now, before this video starts, I just want to say that none of this is financial advice. Please do your own due diligence before you decide to buy anything. I also want to say that I'm a holder of both of the coins. Sit back, relax, and maybe grab a cup of tea, and let's get into the first segment. Let's start with talking about Bitcoin. Bitcoin was founded back in 2009, making it the world's first cryptocurrency. It was created by a mysterious person or group by the name of Satoshi Nakamoto. Back then, one Bitcoin was worth approximately 10 cents, and today it's worth over $40,000. Bitcoin was created with the aim of being a digital currency that operates without relying on a central authority like a government or a bank. The idea was to have a currency system that is decentralized and not controlled by any single entity. Now, let's get into some of the technicals. Bitcoin is decentralized and fair launched. Think of it like a group project at school. Instead of one person being the boss and making all the decisions, everyone in the group has a say. This way, no one can control everything and it's more fair. There's also no one that has an unfair advantage over the others. And what I meant with fair launched is that everyone gets an equal and fair opportunity to participate from the beginning, so there are no special privileges or advantages given to certain people or groups, and the distribution of the cryptocurrency is designed to be open and inclusive for everyone who wants to get involved. This means that there are no private investors that are sitting on a huge amount of Bitcoin that can dump at any given time, making the price collapse, which is of course a good thing. Bitcoin is a proof-of-work blockchain system, and proof-of-work is like solving a complex math problem to verify and secure transactions on the network. So miners compete to solve these problems, and the first one to solve it gets the right to add a new block of transaction to the blockchain, also rewarded with Bitcoin. This process ensures that transactions are legit and adds a new layer of security to the system. So let me also briefly explain what a blockchain system is. So blockchain, often termed the digital ledger, is a chain of blocks containing information. So each block records a number of transactions, and once full, a new block is created, linking back to the previous one. So this forms a chain of blocks, hence the name blockchain. Now try to remember this because we're going to compare it to Kaspa's technology. Bitcoin has a maximum supply of 21 million coins, and this cap was intentionally set by the creator Satoshi Nakamoto to imitate the scarcity of precious metals like gold, and Satoshi wasn't a dumb one. He or she coded it so at specific milestones of mined blocks, the mining rewards are cut in half, which limits the supply of Bitcoin to the market and making the currency even more scarce. Now let's talk some about Kaspa. Kaspa was founded November of 2021 by Jonathan Sampolinski. Jonathan was a part of developing the Ghost protocol, and Ghost is a protocol designed to improve the efficiency and security of blockchain consensus algorithms. It was originally proposed by Jonathan Sampolinski and Aviv Sohar in a paper titled Accelerating Bitcoin's Transaction Processing, published in 2013, which I will link below if you want to read. This Ghost technology was used by Ethereum, which eventually blew up and became the second biggest cryptocurrency in the world. And that's also why Jonathan Sampolinski is mentioned in the Ethereum white paper. Kaspa is also decentralized, proof of work, and fair launched, and I've already explained what all those terms mean when talking about Bitcoin, so please go back and watch that part if you don't understand them. Kaspa runs a block DAG system based on the Phantom protocol, and block DAG is a newer structure where blocks can have multiple parents, leading to multiple blocks being added simultaneously. This contrasts with blockchain's linear addition of blocks, so this system allows the currency to handle faster transactions and also be more scalable. Also, Kaspa is originally written in a language called Golang, and now it's being rewritten in a different language called Rust, and I'll explain the changes in the next part and how it could change everything for Kaspa. If you want to learn more about the Ghost DAG and DAG Knight protocol, I'll leave a link to another video in the description of this video. video. So, in a nutshell, Kaspa's consensus and initial intent is basically the same as Bitcoin's, but Kaspa's technology is more updated than Bitcoin's. Hello, quick heads up, if you're interested in buying some Kaspa or Bitcoin, you can use my link down below to sign up on KuCoin and participate in a chance to win $700 that you can put towards Kaspa or Bitcoin, whatever you want. Now, let's get on with the video. I've given you a description of both of the currencies, and so far they seem pretty similar, but there are some things that really set them apart. Bitcoin is the world's first cryptocurrency, but Kaspa is one of the fastest. Thanks to Kaspa's block DAG technology, the transaction speeds are lightning fast. The Kaspa network can as of now handle up to 400 transactions per second, but after the Rust rewrite that I talked about, it should be able to handle up to at least 2500 transactions per second, and that's only what it has been tested for. It could potentially do even higher numbers of transactions per second. If we compare those numbers to Bitcoin's Winnie 7 transactions per second, Kaspa really comes out on top. Just to clarify even further, Kaspa is 57 times faster than Bitcoin now, and after the Rust rewrite it will be at least 357 times faster than Bitcoin. Now, why is transaction speeds important, you might ask yourself? And I'll gladly answer. If the world is to adopt the crypto consensus as a regular payment option and currency, then the transaction speeds can't be longer than a couple of seconds, and that Kaspa can handle. Just imagine yourself going to buy a coffee, and when paying you need to stand there waiting 2 minutes for the transaction to go through. That isn't reasonable. Also, Bitcoin's current average transaction fee is at $11, while Kaspa's is only at $0.000005. Kaspa's mining is more energy efficient than Bitcoin's, making it more appealing to the tree huggers. Is it possible for Kaspa to surpass Bitcoin and become the leading cryptocurrency? Potentially, but is it really reasonable? If we take a look at the current market conditions for both of the currencies, we can see that Bitcoin is standing around $850 billion, while Kaspa is standing at merely $3 billion. And it's not weird at all that Kas has such a low market cap. It has only been around for 2 years, and its legacy needs to spread before it can reach higher price points. And with Kaspa's technology and future projects, I believe that won't be a problem. Yes, Kaspa is faster, and yes, Kaspa is better, and yes, Kaspa could potentially pass Bitcoin. I'm not saying it's fully out of the question, but Bitcoin is Bitcoin, and it's very unlikely that Kaspa would surpass Bitcoin, in my opinion. The Bitcoin legacy is too strong because Bitcoin was the seed that grew into this huge forest of crypto nerds and people in general interested in crypto, and for another cryptocurrency to overthrow the almighty godfather of crypto, something spectacular needs to happen. Now, some say that Bitcoin is like gold and Kaspa would be the equivalent of silver, but I'd rather see it as Bitcoin being gold and Kaspa being the actual currency that you trade with and use every day. Kinda like how national reserves back their national currency up by tying the money to the gold to stabilize the currency. And Bitcoin is also labeled as a commodity by the SEC and CFTC, which also makes it more similar to gold. Now, if we're talking investment, I think they're both a good pick, though I will have to say that I see more potential upside to Kaspa than to Bitcoin. It depends on how much you want to risk, because Bitcoin is for sure the safer option when choosing between the two. From my own analysis, I believe that Kaspa could reach up to $3 to $5 in the upcoming bull run of 2025, giving it a market cap of around $65 to $110 billion, entering the room of the top 5 cryptocurrencies in the world. But for what I know, Kaspa could also go to zero, but I also think that's highly unlikely because there is no single entity that is sitting on enormous amounts of Kaspa that could dump the coin. It's mainly just miners and early investors that would sell this early on. I want to say that price prediction is mainly speculating, and my guesses are that Kaspa could reach $3 to $5 as I said, but don't trust solely my own word. Please do your own due diligence and research before you decide to invest your hard-earned money. Again, this isn't financial advice. In my personal personal opinion, I would suggest holding both of the currencies, and if you like risk and want to risk more, you could either go all in on Kaspa or do a small percentage on Bitcoin, like 10 to 20%, and the rest on Kaspa. And if you don't like risk so much, then you could either skip Kaspa completely or make the Bitcoin percentage higher. Now, this is completely up to you. As I said, if you like risk, go with more Kaspa, and if you don't like risk, go with more Bitcoin. That was my comparison of the two coins. I hope you liked it. And if you want to buy any of the coins yourself, you can sign up using the link in the description on KuCoin, where you can buy both Kaspa and Bitcoin. And if you use my link, you also participate in a chance to win $700. And if you also want to store your coins safely, you can also use the link in the description to get yourself a Tangem hardware wallet, so you can protect yourself and your money from hackers. Thank you so much for watching this far into the video. If you liked it, please consider subscribing and also liking the video. It actually takes me a very long time to both write the script and edit everything and set up the cameras and everything. So I would be extremely happy if we could push this channel up to 50 subscribers by the end of 2023. And currently we're sitting at 12 subscribers. So please hit that subscribe button and let's hit 50 subscribers by the end of 2023. Thank you very much for watching. My name is Tashi. Goodbye.